It's always good to party in the VIP section than in the general crowd.
This is
This is our tagline for the
Yeah,
podcast.
so if you want to party in VIP section, you need to make money. If you want to make money, you need to learn how to make money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I would advise my younger self to invest because I knew back then I had money and I spent it on rubbish things.
Yeah.
So if people have money now and they're like 18, 19, 20, 21, if they're able to invest it. Now, what to invest in, they have to do their research.
Yeah.
Whatever you earn, 20% of that, you should keep it for emergency fund.
Gohesh, aren't you doing your bachelor's in UK or something now?
Yeah. What about it?
Did you hear about Secure My Scholarship?
What?
Secure My Scholarship. You haven't heard of it?
What's
So
that?
it's this company that helps you get scholarships at universities. So they have it for UK, US, UAE. You need to check it out, dude.
Damn it! I missed that opportunity.
What got you started in this? Like, what was that spark, basically? That
By mistake, no spark.
by mistake.
By mistake. I finished school. I didn't want to join any college because I don't believe in studies. I don't believe in education. Those who want to become a doctor, you need to study. You engineer, you need to study. Okay, those professions I understand. I didn't have any goal in life. I wanted to become a football player. And that is a pretty hard thing over here because you're not in Europe. Europe, you have a lot of chances. So I was sitting with my friend and my friend Ahmed Rashid. He used to do vines and stuff. So he was like, let's make a video together. I said, all right. And then we didn't do it. And then we went to Dubai to meet one of our friends and he was not there. So we were sitting in the car and I had seen this riddle. The person asked, what is EYES? And I asked that to my friend and I posted the video. Boom, viral. And then I started making videos again and again. And then I made a page and I started posting on the page and then I've never stopped till now.
When you look back, Zubair, 10 years ago, over let's say a 5-year, every 3 years, what was something you saw and you were proud of yourself over this journey?
The most important thing is I have become a lot more patient. Some people, fame changes them in a bad way. For me, it changed me in a good way. I had anger issues. I used to get angry and fight a lot before. After I became famous, I controlled it. Why? Because if 1,000 people are commenting, I can't fight with all 1,000 or commenting bad things. So that helped me, control my anger. It made me a better person. It made me a kinder person, more empathetic, and, thinking about others before I used to think about myself. Maybe because I was a teenager as well. In teenage years, you just think about yourself. So every 3 years, I've become a better person. And I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned about how to control myself, how to not lash out on people, how to, become a leader, how to, be kind towards others. So fame changed me in a good way.
Generally, it's always the other way, right? Like, fame kind of makes people less pleasant to be around. But
Makes them arrogant.
Yeah, they get that head weight.
Yes, because I've heard a lot of people say that, if one video blows up and they get like 100, 200,000 followers and they start acting like they're Shah Rukh Khan and all that. I never thought about it that way. Yes, I treat myself that way. Like I go like, yes, Zubair, you are a superstar.
You're the best.
To boost my confidence and stuff.
For sure.
But I don't let it come out as arrogant or as too, prideful person where someone walks and be like, don't talk to me. I don't do that like that. But some people do that.
From there, if you're supposed to put yourself in their shoes, what do they feel that they have achieved when they always see a social hierarchy, right? They always see, okay, this person is below me. So what goes through their mind? What do you think goes through their mind?
A person who has not grown up with fame, when they get a couple of million views or a couple of thousand followers, they start seeing themselves as the shit.
Yeah.
Like we are the shit, like that. Because they have not grown, they've not seen it before. Like just like, when someone becomes newly rich, like, new money. When you compare that person to another person who has generational wealth, you'll see a difference in class, in, standard, in the way they carry themselves. Fame is the same thing. I grew up with fame. Like the first ever video I posted when I was like 19, 20. Now it's been 10 years. So I've grew up with fame. But these people, when this sudden boost of fame they get, they think that, okay, this person doesn't have that many followers. This person doesn't have that many views, so we shouldn't treat them well. Not everyone is like that, but most of them, yes. Not everyone knows how to handle. Even actors who are acting in movies, they go for media training and all that stuff because they need to know what to say to the media. If they don't train them, they might blabber any rubbish. But now content creators and influencers, nobody goes for media training because you don't see it as like a job, like in Bollywood or Hollywood type of job. So they don't know how to handle it. They might do certain things, say certain things, which come off as arrogant and stuff. People think I am arrogant, but once they speak to me, they're like, okay, you're a good person. Because I'm an introvert, so I keep to myself always.
How do you think you starting a business has changed your sort of perspective of finances?
Well, the thing is, first off, the LLC license is expensive, close to 30.
Okay.
Yes. Before I had a freelance license, which is like 7,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
I got it from Dubai Media City.
Yeah.
But the LLC license is close to 30,000. It has like a lot of things where you have to apply for an office and the ijari. And then you have to keep records of everything, of all the accounts, how much you're spending, how much you're coming for tax purposes. The freelance license, there was nothing about all that.
Yeah.
So I was chilling for all these years,
Yeah.
shooting videos, doing campaigns, going to sleep, waking up. Since I've started the company,
Yeah.
I don't think when I slept properly last. I've been going for meetings every day because for campaigns on Instagram and all that, you don't go for meetings. You don't have to convince people because they come to you and they give you the project.
Yeah.
They give you the brief. You prepare script, send it to them online, approved. Okay, go shoot. Khalas. Business is not like that. You have to go meet the manager, meet the CEO, try to convince him that why it's a good idea to work with us.
Yeah.
And of course, all that requires a lot of money, time, headache, because you can't convince everyone. I had to, figure out, okay, this month we have to keep this much for the rent.
Okay.
This month, okay, after a year, you have to renew the license again. How much will that cost? Okay, right now we didn't hit the tax, threshold. Once we hit the threshold, how much do you have to pay for tax?
Yeah.
You have to pay VAT, you have to pay corporate tax and all that. So it's a bit of hassle, but then it's a learning process,
Yeah.
Just how when I started content creation, I didn't know how to edit, shoot, act, nothing. It's a learning process. After all these years, I've learned. Similarly, in this business perspective, business world, I have to learn.
How exactly did you get started into this business?
I've been creating content for the past 10 years.
Yeah.
I can't keep creating content for the rest of my life.
Right.
So, and what I know to do best, create content. I know social media the best. I've done a lot of businesses in the past.
Right.
Many of them have failed as well because I've ventured into things I had no understanding of.
Yeah.
And I see it as a learning process. You learn. I don't see, failure as failure. It's always either you win or you learn. And now the thing I started is media company. Why? Because I know social media is something I'm doing for the past 10 years. Shooting videos, I know. Editing, I know. Writing script, I know. So when I ventured into this field, I knew that, okay, I have a strong foundation. So I was like, okay, this is the business I want to get into. I have a business partner as well, and she also knows about social media. So we started this together. And the reason I've started this is because what I've done for myself throughout these 10 years, now I can use that knowledge, I can use that expertise and do it for other brands.
Yes.
And similarly make money. And slowly and steadily, when I built a big company, I can move and stay in the shadows and let, my team do everything.
Yeah.
Because I need to retire early. I need to enjoy my life. I'm 28 now. I need to retire by 29.
Yeah. And I think it's important, right, to have something of your own, like have your own, because you can keep creating content for yourself, but for how long? Is it viable, in the long run?
Yeah.
So that's really good. So what kind of brands does Lahab Media usually deal with? Like, do you all focus on a specific kind of companies, or is it a little more general?
No. Lahab Media will promote anyone, anything who pays us. We'll use our expertise. Even if this mic, Zubair, promote this mic, you pay us the money, we will do everything to make this mic go viral. Anything. Be it a huge businessman, be it a small, waiter in the cafeteria. If he pays us and he'll be like, promote me, we'll do it.
Okay.
One of our first client is Mr. Nasser Sayed. He's the CEO of CHS group of companies.
Okay.
Mhm.
And also he's the fastest Indian on the racetrack.
Okay.
He's a super bike racer.
Okay.
So he was one of our first clients.
Right.
He didn't bother with anything. He was
Yeah.
like, okay, I will
Yes.
support you. And he signed up with us. Do you know how difficult it is to get a first client?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm famous, but I create content for my page. Trusting a company who is brand new and signing up with them is something, I'll forever be grateful to him.
So, what does the future of Lahab Media look like?
It will be, inshallah, the biggest media company in the world. I know you said you're going to start when you're doing my competitor. No problem.
We'll be the second biggest.
You can
Yeah,
be the
we'll be the
second
second.
biggest.
We'll be the second biggest.
No, that's not good. You should aim for the first always.
We'll aim for the first. But,
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
So I want to become the biggest media company in the, not just Middle East world, but then it's like I said, one step at a time.
Yeah.
First UAE, then Saudi, then other Middle East countries, then the world.
I'm curious, what does Lahab mean?
Lahab means flames in Arabic.
Flames. Okay.
So the reason we named it Lahab is because we're going to burn all the media companies around us soon.
Allah would love
Yeah.
this.
So we're going to take over, We're going to burn and eat all the media companies. We are here in the market to take over.
You've now been creating content for yourself for a very long time, right? And now recently you create content for other brands. Did you face any challenges like shifting? Because I know like dealing with clients is kind of a nightmare sometimes.
The first challenge is approaching people. I've never approached anyone in my entire life. People used to approach me, like, do this for us. But once you start a company, you have to become everything in the beginning. You are the owner, you are the salesman, you're the peon, you're the employee, you're the driver, everything. So that was one of the first challenges, like selling the company, not myself. Because we create content for the brands and we handle their page. We post the content on their page. So, going out to people and speaking to them, like, work with us and all that. Plus, the market is saturated. There are many companies in the market. Sometimes you message a brand on social media. The brand doesn't know that you messaged them. Why?
Yeah.
Because the media agency is handling.
Yeah.
They see the message, they delete it. They don't want the brand to know. So that is one of the first challenges, to sell the company. Other than that, creating content is, a piece of cake for me, alhamdulillah. But selling and convincing the client that sign with us. Because when you approach the client, they will take the quotation from you and they'll contact 20 other people and they will, compare. The only plus point I have is I'm Zubair Sarookh. I've been doing 10 years. I have experience. You get the 10-year experience with it. Apart from that, not many challenges, but selling, being a salesperson,
Yeah.
it's a very difficult thing.
Right. So you do everything from start to finish, like you video it, you edit it, everything.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I think that's very important, right? Like in the start, you have to kind of do every role, because later on when you get more people to join, you need to understand the roles. You need to know what you look for in a person, right? What kind of skill
Yes.
set. So right after university, I kind of just freelance. Like I've never really done a 9 to 5. I've done like a 24/7 job kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing I really struggle with, because I had to do everything. Like I had to drive myself. I had to like take charge of my equipment. And I think that's like,
At least you are your own boss.
yeah, I think that's like the only plus point.
You won't realize the sweetness of freelancing till you do 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I have done 9 to 5. I was a visa typist after I left school. Before starting content creation, I worked for 6 months as a visa
in the
typist
Sharjah
in
airport.
not Sharjah airport,
Okay.
in one of the travel agencies.
Okay.
And I got that job through my father's connections.
Yes.
And I went for interview namesake. I went to interview wearing toilet slippers. And the GM of the company, so it was a huge company. GM of the company looks at the slippers and he was like, "You need to wear shoes when you come for interview." I'm like, "Okay, next time." Because I knew I got the job through father's connection. And my salary was, how much? Because I was only 18. It was 2.5 or 2.8K.
Yeah.
But if I typed more visas, I would get commission.
Right.
So my first ever salary, which I received, was close to 6,000
Okay.
because I got that much incentives. But then I was still young. I didn't want to sit in office. I used to run away from work. Like my work starts at, imagine 1 p.m. If I have afternoon shift, it's 1 to 10. I used to come, punch in at 1 p.m. My target was 30 visas. I used to finish typing in like 1 hour. And at 4 p.m., I used to punch, exit, and leave. And then there were some jealous people in the office because I didn't know the office politics that time. I was still new. They complained against me at the HR. This guy's leaving the work. And the HR calls me. My supervisor was really nice. The HR called me and they were like, we checked your, checked in the system. You've never worked 8 hours since you started work. I'm like, did I not do my work? She was like, what do you mean? I said, I finished my target. Then there is no work. I leave. And then they're like, okay, we'll talk to you later. And they cut the call. And my supervisor is like, Zubair, you don't say there is no work. I'm like, okay. And then after that, I resigned because I got job in Sharjah Airport.
Yeah.
I worked in Sharjah Airport for 7 years.
7 years.
7 years, yes. While working there, I used to create content.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Wait, I didn't know about this.
I
Yeah.
worked in Sharjah Airport for 7 years.
So simultaneously, you were creating content, and
Yes.
would people recognize you?
Yes.
And how was that? How was that experience? Was that fun?
It was not fun because I don't want to be disturbed while I'm at work.
Yeah.
I mean, I never used to work a lot, but then I still don't want to engage with people. Like I told you, I'm an introvert.
Yes.
And that
yes,
was the beginning
yes.
of my fame.
Yes.
So I didn't want someone like, hi Zubair. I'm like, haha, bye. Like, don't look at me. It was me. They used to think, oh, this guy has attitude. It's just, I didn't want to engage with people.
Yeah.
And whoever was working with me, I used to take them in my videos. So they also became like, content creators type. So for 7 years, I created content in airport. And then I resigned during Corona. While everyone is holding on to your job, I'm like, bye. It's time to do my own thing.
Yeah.
So when I realized like, oh my God, it's too much pressure, creating content, doing business. And then I remember like, okay, I had a job before and now I'm my own boss. So I enjoy it more. Like, okay, this is hard, but still nobody tells me what to do.
Yes.
I tell myself what to do.
Yeah, and it's like whatever effort you put in, you're only building something for yourself, right? You're not really putting your effort for another company and growing that company. You're growing your
Yes.
own little baby. Yes.
Whatever effort you put,
You're building yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not building something for someone else.
Exactly.
Correct. So when you have a 9 to 5, you have like a fixed income, right? Every month you have like a figure to put down on paper. But when you have your own business, you don't really have that, especially in the start, because it's you're still building and you're growing. So how do you deal with budgeting?
In the beginning, I was comfortable. I was like, okay, I have a job, end of the month, SMS, salary in the bank account. But the reality is nobody's ever safe. You can lose your job anytime. So this is a false sense of safety a human has. That, okay, I have a job, I'm safe, I get money. That's a false sense of safety. And that is what I understood when I was about to quit my job. In the beginning, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm getting this much salary. Okay, this much I can give to my parents. Then I have this much for myself and this much I spend for petrol, this much for the movies. Okay, end of the month, anything is left or not left, doesn't matter. Because I know next month I'll get money again. But when you are working as a business, you don't know when money is going to come. There is no fixed income. Sometimes maybe this month you get 100K, next month you get 10K. The month after that you get 0. So as a business and as a content creator who works with brands, there is no fixed income. That's why I said you need to train your mind to come out of, Andrew Tate says matrix. So you need to train your mind in that way. No one is safe when it comes to money. You can lose your job anytime. You can, anything can happen anytime. Nobody thought they're going to lose their job when COVID hit, but they lost their jobs. Safety is something not everyone understands. So you should have savings, budget yourself, don't spend too much, keep some emergency money. I always keep emergency money. For me, savings and emergency cash is 2 different things. Emergency cash is something I can access in, no matter something happens or God forbid something bad happens, I can access emergency cash. Savings is something I don't touch. And then other money, just spend it. I'm a spender. So for me, budgeting is a wrong thing. Like now business started, I might budget a bit, but before that, I just spend.
How would you suggest as a business owner, you spoke about emergency funds. How for any startup founder or business owner, savings comes later on, but emergency fund, how many months of emergency fund do they need from your
It
perspective?
depends how much you save. For some
Okay.
people, emergency fund can be 5,000. For some people, it can be 40,000.
No, in terms of months, if for example your monthly profit averages out to be 10K, right? So how much percentage of that would go into your emergency fund, and how much, for example, for someone earning 10,000 dirhams, how much would they need as an emergency
I
fund?
would say 20% of
Okay.
the 10,000 should go in emergency fund.
Okay.
Then again, it depends if the person is single or
Yeah.
married.
Yeah.
Even if you're married, you have kids.
Yeah.
I'm not married.
Yes.
I don't have kids. So for me, it was a bit easier. Even when I resigned my job, I had a bit of emergency fund. I was like, okay, I probably had 2 to 3 months of emergency fund. I'm like, okay, if anything goes wrong, I have this. But after 3 months, I'm on my own. That was a risk I took. You need to take risk. So whatever you earn, 20% of that, you should keep it for emergency fund. Because you never know, maybe your parents might need it, you might need it, you might have an accident, you don't have insurance, or something happens to your car and you need a car badly to go to work. So you always should have emergency fund, no matter what.
So, what is your take on investments? Do you invest anywhere or what?
Yes, I invest in a lot of places. If there is one advice I can give to myself like 5 years back, 10 years back, I would say invest more.
So the keywords are advice to yourself, not to the audience, because
Yes.
this is not financial advice.
Yes.
I
would
you're very
advise
smart
myself
with those-
because
that phrasing was very smart of you.
advise myself because I knew I had money 5 years back, 10 years
Yeah.
back, and I spent it on rubbish things.
Yes.
So if I could go back in time, I would advise myself, go buy Bitcoin, go buy
Yes.
this, go buy that, invest in gold, invest in stocks.
NFTs.
I never liked NFTs, to be honest.
Thank God.
So I would advise my younger self to invest because I knew back then I had money and I spent it on rubbish things.
Yeah.
So if people have money now and they're like 18, 19, 20, 21, if they're able to invest it. Now, what to invest in, they have to do their research.
The crux of it is due diligence. It's important for them to do a lot of research. It's important for to see what works for them, see their risk appetite.
Yes, because it's better to do your research and fail. And then you will be like, okay, at least I tried.
Yes.
If you don't do your research and fail, then you'll regret. You'll be like, I should have done my research. I wouldn't have failed. That margin of doubt will be there and regret will be there. But if you know you tried your best, you've learned everything and you still failed, you're like, okay, at least I tried my best. I didn't, jump into the water without knowing how to swim.
Yeah.
So learn how to swim and then jump into the water. Simple as that. Don't invest with the, hope that, okay, now I'm going to become a millionaire, this, that. Okay, it's good to be positive, but also know that everything comes with risk. So invest what you are willing to lose. If you have 10,000 dirhams and you're not willing to lose the entire 10,000 dirhams, look, okay, if I invest...
How much am I willing to lose?
Yes, if I invest out of 10,000, I might...
I don't want to... I'll tell you, I have 10,000 dirhams. I only want to lose 200 dirhams.
Invest 200.
Khalas. See?
Invest 200. If you make a profit, imagine you invest 200 and after a couple of months, that 200 turns into 300. Invest that 300 again. If that 200 is gone, then sit and cry for a few months, then again invest 200 whenever you're comfortable. If you're scared, just go buy gold.
Yeah.
Just go buy gold.
Again, not financial advice, but
It's the safest investment. Just buy gold and keep it in your cupboard. After 10 years, you'll be happy.
But there are also the thing is, even nowadays, physical gold. I don't know. This is not financial advice. Again, I have to repeat it. But maybe physical gold is not necessary nowadays. There are gold ETFs. There are gold mutual funds. There are gold bonds. So there are different gold investment vehicles.
But for that, you need to understand them.
Yes.
You need to understand how
Agreed.
it goes up, how it goes down.
Agreed.
So
Yeah.
those who don't want to go through the hassle of understanding all that,
Agreed.
just go buy physical gold.
Agreed.
Physical gold is very easy. You go to the salesman and just ask them, how can I make profit? He will
Yeah.
say, when it goes up, you might not when it goes up by $1 or $2. When it goes up by like $10, maybe that's when you're going to make profit. But that's going to happen after a couple of years. So it's a long-term
So
investment.
it's like it's like a journey with a single step, like
Yes.
physical gold. It just gives you the satisfaction. Okay, I've made some money. I've finally invested it. That the psychological fulfillment that buying a bit of gold. I understand exactly what you're saying. Buying a little bit of gold and putting it in the cupboard would be very useful for a lot of people.
It will give
as an
them a
initial
sense.
investment.
It will give them a sense of safety. Like,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
like I said, gold can be emergency
Yeah.
fund as well.
100%.
It gives them a sense of safety. Every human chases sense of safety,
Yes.
whether they accept it or not. Everyone wants to feel safe. So when if anything goes bad, they go like, yeah, okay. If anything happens, we have the gold, we can sell it.
Yeah.
So that sense of safety is there. So no matter what you invest in, just know that you need to take risk. You need to do research. Why are there investment companies? Because there are super rich people who don't have time to learn about investment. So they just give their money to investment companies and they do their job. But if you are a person who has time, who is in school or university or a job, and you have time after you finish your work, you can sit and learn, and it will
Yeah.
change your life. I mean, knowledge is never bad.
Yeah. Now this would be advice, because instead of buying like a bunch of beer, a bunch of alcohol, partying there, and just put some money, spend some 2 hours that you're going to the clubs. This is advice from Gohesh. All right. This is definitely not financial advice, but this is advice from Gohesh. Like, instead of partying, just put 2 hours of that partying time, understand the financial markets, right? And teach it to the people teach it to your friends. Get them intrigued about financial markets. Get them intrigued, because you don't want to see your friends suffer, right? You don't want to see your friends suffer financially.
It's always good to party in the VIP section than in the general crowd.
Yeah.
This
This is our tagline
This is our
for the
tagline.
Yeah.
podcast.
So if you want to party in VIP section, you need to
Yeah.
make money. If you want to make money, you need to learn how to make money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you something, once you get the taste of what the rich people they live, like how they live their life, be it party or be it just going to a restaurant, when you are a person with money, you are treated differently.
Yeah.
Now, I don't endorse it. I treat everyone the same, but that's not how the world is.
Yes.
Absolutely.
When you are famous or you're rich, you're treated differently. Just now, this Ambani's wedding is going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
He bought Justin Bieber out of retirement. He paid him $10 million.
Yeah.
$130 million, I think.
No, he paid Justin Bieber $10 million.
Really?
The entire wedding costs around $130 million.
Okay.
He paid Rihanna $7 million.
$7 million.
He
Okay.
paid Justin Bieber $10 million.
10 million.
Just check who all are in India right now.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian, John Cena. So
Yeah.
when you have money, people treat you different.
Yes.
Again, I tell you should treat everyone same. I treat a CEO and a waiter the same way. I'm kind to everyone. But that's not how the world is. When you go with a supercar to a hotel, they park your supercar right front of the door. You go with any other car, they park it in the basement. This is just the reality.
That's true.
Yeah. So make money in a proper way, not in left-right way. And then you see, you want to party, go party. I don't drink alcohol. I've never drank, so I wouldn't suggest you to drink. But still, if you want to party, go. You can, once you
Do
enter
it in the VIP section, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
party in the VIP section.
Not in the peasant section.
Of course.
Do not party in the peasant section.
I've never gone to any concert in my life.
Yeah.
Because I'm claustrophobic. I don't like people around me.
Okay.
I've never gone to concert.
Yes.
But I've just gone once because they invited me, and my only condition was, no, you're giving me VIP. I'm not going in general crowd. They're like, okay. And they did that not because I'm rich, because I'm famous.
Yes.
If I was just a normal person, like, give me VIP, they're like, yeah, yalla, go from here. Is this the reality of life? So if you want to party in VIP section, not in the general crowd.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
For being on a podcast, for taking time out and
Thank
giving
you
us
so much.
so much of insight.
It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Nice meeting you, bro.
Yes.
Thank you. Done.
Cut.
Cut.
That was nice.
Yeah, so whenever I approach clients,